What's poppin'? Today we're gonna get you 2 pairs of some custom jeans done. I've never done 2 projects at the same time, but I'm feeling ruthless today, so I'm gonna face this dragon head on. Let's get it. I've got my iPad. I've got a pair of brown denim pants and a pair of blue jeans. So I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate what it is I want to do first. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill these in. These are gonna be my blue jeans. The back side is gonna be my example. So I'm filling this in. So what I'm actually looking to do is I'm actually looking to take pieces off from this, like wrong color. I want to cut it into pieces for both of them. And then I'm gonna use some of these squares on these denim, on these pants, and I'm gonna move some of the squares from this one onto here. So this is essentially a look that I'm going for. I'm also gonna be flipping some of the denim squares inside out so that I have a different shade of denim. It'll be slightly different, nothing too different, but it'll still have that third accent. So my first step is going to be to actually decide on my jeans where it is I want to cut. So I'm going to mark these with some Sharpie, and then we'll go ahead and get to cutting from there. Okay, so now I've got all my pieces cut and laid out, so you can see what I'm talking about. See, I flipped some of the pieces inside out. Gave me an extra shade of color. And I've got the blue jeans, the base of the blue jeans over here. Now my next step is actually gonna be just to sew them back up. Okay, so this is actually the leg. In order to sew it back together, I'm gonna flip this inside out. And then I'm gonna place it here, like this. And then what you're gonna see is I have this right here. So I'm actually gonna pull this as tight so that there's as least slack possible. And then I'm gonna sew it back together around the edges right here, all the way around. So as I'm sewing that, it's gonna attach them, so I'll be able to flip it back out like this, and they'll be sewn back together. I will show you what I mean. So you can see here, I've got them lined up. I'm just keeping them together like that. Keep sewing, and keep adjusting as you sew. So I've got my piece sewn here. Now I'm actually just gonna pull it. And you'll see that we have the leg. Right? So I'm actually just gonna keep doing this for the rest of the patterns, for the rest of the legs. So very repetitive process, but it's like working out. You know, you get the reps in and you get the job done. So I actually added my next patch inversed. So there's a little bit of fraying on the outside, add to that sort of streetwear aesthetic. So I think this is actually something I'm gonna add more onto the design, a little bit of both of them to incorporate both styles. So I've got my jeans all sewn up now. I'm gonna do some distressing. So I went already and I cut my slits from the outside. So now I'm just going to distress them. I'm using my seam ripper right here, and I'm just gently pulling them out. See, so now I'm gonna use my seam ripper, and I'm just gonna go in and start pulling the little strands out. That's gonna give it the distressed look. It is a little tedious, and that's why I have this hand wrap, because I get these little knots in my hands. So it is a little tedious, and it does require a lot of focus, but you know, it's always worth it in the outcome. So just put your head down and stick to it until it's done. Okay, now they are all distressed. It took me a good couple hours just to get them distressed, well, maybe an hour. But yeah, it did take a lot of work. They are all distressed and done. Now it's time to put them on and see what we think. Alright, here's the first pair with the blue jeans base. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And here's the second pair with the brown base.
Hey, where's building 4 at?
I'm sorry?
Building 4?
I think it's that one.
That's 5, 6. Maybe it's like on the other side of the 5.
Yeah, I believe so, actually.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Anyways, that's it for this video. I got my cookie. Like, comment, leave me some inspiration in the comments. You guys fucking inspire me, so I love you guys. Keep at it.